Good evening. My name is Kristen Edlund, and I'm here this evening to share with you an art project that's best suited to elementary school students, but would also be appropriate to younger middle school grades. The art project today is based on Native American buffalo hide painting. This is best paired with a social study lesson, perhaps on the development of the American West and the role that Native Americans played in that development. It's a good way to tie in different aspects of your curriculum. So the style that we're going to talk about today is a traditional cultural art form. Again, this is pretty unique to the Plains Indians who followed buffalo as part of their life, both ceremonially and practically. The elements used are, of course, a tanned hide from an animal, as well as bone or stick stylus, and then pigments that are typically from earth, clay, minerals, naturally occurring plants, berries, pigments applied to the skin. Really, the purpose of this was not only practical, they wore these robes with the hair side against them for warmth, but additionally ceremonial. They were worn in ceremonies. The hair for the warmth was practical on the inside, but the outside displayed this beautiful artwork. So what I first like to do with students is introduce to them what a buffalo is. This may be unfamiliar to students, particularly if you teach in an inner city area. So I like to bring out a picture of buffalo or several pictures, and these can be found on the internet. And I also like to make sure that students know that while we're talking about the hide of this animal, American Indians followed the buffalo for a variety of reasons. They had symbolistic importance to them. And additionally, they used all parts of this animal. So not only was this their food supply, not only did these hides provide warmth to them or coverings for their teepees, they used the hooves for rattles and musical instruments, the bones for backboards, the horns for utensils. All aspects of this animal was used by the American Indians, no waste. Then I like to show students examples of these robes. The first one I want to show you is typically worn by American Indian women, and you'll notice the geometric pattern, that there's great balance and unity in this. A circle made up of a variety of triangles, and this is artistic mainly in nature. The next example is an epic life event, and this might have been done in honor of a brave who stole a great number of horses from a neighboring tribe, or it could chronicle an event such as a highly successful hunt. And then the last one I want to show you is what this lesson is going to be based on, and that is a winter count. I'm going to hold it here so you can see each of these little symbols is a symbol that is representative of a major event in the life of that Indian tribe that year. We start at the middle and chronologically spiral out. So what I have students do, as of course hides are not readily available to us, is we bring a paper lunch bag to school. This is cheap, easy to come by. If you make a mistake, we can start over, no big deal. So what we do is we cut the base of the bag off and then cut along one side. And that leaves you with a long rectangle. And students have fun with this part. I have them wad this up and straighten it out over and over again. And that adds a softness and a texture to the paper bag that makes it much more like a hide. At that point, I have students cut out the shape of the hide. So we trace the shape on there, and they may need help with this. We trace the shape on there, and the students cut it out. For younger students, they tend to be attracted to actually using the shape of the buffalo itself. That's fun for the younger age groups. And at that point, we have everybody take out their crayons. I like to use crayons for a variety of reasons. The wax transfers well to the paper. It brings out the texture. And while it transfers well to the paper, it does not transfer well to young children's clothing, which parents really appreciate. So I have that student take their crayon and begin their drawing. And in this example, the first drawing is the student themselves. And maybe the next year their baby brother or sister was born, and maybe the year after that they moved to a new home, and they went on a cruise, and then grandma and grandpa came and stayed with them, and maybe they got a new dog, and so on and so forth. This art form allows children to express the history of their young lives while also learning the culture of the Native American tribes of the Plains. I hope that this is something you'd like to incorporate in your classroom, and I thank you for being with me this evening.